Hey, welcome to Living a Blessed Life. These are your daily words of encouragement, and if you stay till the end, I will do a little bit of a love reading. And I've also got a special offer going on right now. I'll link the links down below. If you buy the book Because I Want to Fly Free by Emily Rise, I will give you a free spiritual reading like you see me doing on here, just for you when you purchase the book. So, with that being said, I've been told to get started out with Whispers of Healing. So that's what we'll do. And we'll see what the messages are. Alright, here we go. Alright. For our highest good, what do we need to know for today? What messages do you have for us? What do we get here? We got vibration. And we've got intention. And I feel like this has a lot to do with the energy that you're sending out and creating, whether it's what you desire or it's coming from a place of lack, know that whatever you're sending out is going to be sent back to you. And yeah, sometimes there is a delay, right? But just, I feel like Spirit's like, you really need to be mindful of this. Because this is your part in things, right? Spirit's always behind you, sending you blessings and opportunities, right? But sometimes we really gotta be mindful of what we're putting our energy and our time into, right? Because sometimes we can block the very things that we truly desire. So I feel like Spirit's really like, watch where your vibration's at, right? Try to keep it at all times as high as possible. And keep in mind, too, what are your intentions? Like, what are you wanting to create? When you want to send out to what you desire into the universe, make sure your vibration is high. Get yourself in a place of, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. Maybe you can do that by closing your eyes and meditating on a time that you were really happy, that something that brought you a lot of happiness. Maybe it was the day you graduated high school, or, when you had your first kid or grandkid, or when you got married, or you and your best friend did something along those lines, but a time in your life where you really felt happy. And as you do that and you're in that higher vibration, that's the time, ideally, to send out your goal, your dream, your intention, right? Whatever works for you, whether it's getting out in nature, whether it's dancing around, whether it's singing, whatever it is, but, get your vibration high. And then sending out, your intention of what you want to create for your life, right? What other messages do you have for us? Because there's always things we got to do on our part, too, to create the life that we desire. And it's not necessarily hard work, a lot of work, but just, we got to be very mindful of what we're putting our energy into. Awareness. Bringing a lot of awareness into every single moment, because life unfolds one moment at a time. And a lot of times we're in the future, we're thinking about the future or the past, and we're not here in the moment. And that's where our awareness needs to be. Where are you sending your energy? What are you thinking so much about? Awareness too, when you think about your goals and what you want to create, also being aware of, hey, this is what I have, resources available to me right here and right now, and I can make the most of it. Because a lot of times we think about what we think we need, or we're like, well, I can't do it because of this. But if you bring your awareness into the moment, you can sit there and go, oh, wait a minute, like, I have the internet at my disposal, I have a computer, I have a way to, if I need help, I have a way to just reach out to people and ask, them for their advice, and so on and so forth, right? It helps with empowerment too. We've also got control, and I feel like in this case, this is a lot of spirit reminding us that we have more control over our lives than we probably give ourselves credit for. There's always going to be things you can't control, right? That are outside of your control. But the most important thing that you can control, and you're the only one that can do it, is your mindset and what you're thinking about. So much, your self-talk, the way you see yourself, all that. That is in your hands, right? But take control over that. And that'll help you stay in the vibration that you want to stay into, right? When you're more aware of your thoughts and being like, okay, I want to direct them in this direction, right? And my beliefs and all that. And then we've got reliable. And as you do this, as you change the core, I was going to say course, but change the direction of your thoughts when you're taking more control, and you're going to find that things turn out in your favor. You're going to find out that you can trust yourself, right? You're going to, the more you do it, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. And the more you understand that, okay, hey, look, I can count on me. I can do this. I can make this happen. I can, even though there's things happening outside of me that I can't control, there's a lot I can control what's going on inside of me, and then redirect my energy where I want it to go, and then create the life that I desire from there. So some definitely things to keep in mind, and spirits tell me to go ahead and get into the reading, the love reading. So, alright. Here we go. Whispers of Love. Alright, hold on. We'll start out here and see what comes out. So here we go. When it comes to love, what is it that we need to know? What messages do we have in love? Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. If there's somebody in your life who loves you dearly and they want to help you, let them. Sometimes it's easy to give and it's not so easy to receive, but you got to keep that balance in check, and you want to keep that flow going. So whatever type of love that is, but don't just shut it out. Somebody who loves you wants to help you, or you need to ask them for help. Go for it. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. I feel like this has a bit to do with trust whatever you're feeling in the relationship. Whatever you're picking up on. Whatever that's leading you to, right? And if it's something that really makes you happy, but you're scared, just have faith. Just trust that, just let it lead you where it's meant to lead you, right? When it comes to love. Let things unfold as they should. Any other messages out of this deck when it comes to love? Yeah, what do we get here? Have patience. Love is patient and kind. Always. Maybe I'm feeling like too, if this applies to you, like it could be a bit of, before you're quick to be like, oh, it's going to turn out this way or that way or whatever it is you're thinking in regards to that love, have patience with yourself, the other person, and the relationship itself and how it's unfolding. Treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. So I feel like this is like taking the conditions off of it. Stop looking at the imperfections. Stop waiting for things to go wrong, and just enjoy your time with them, right? Really open your heart up to them. You really can't go wrong when you love somebody, even if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to. And that goes to friendships, family members, all that. But it's just a good lesson to remember. You just really cannot go wrong when you love somebody deeply. It's that unconditional love, though. You love them whether they're there or not. It's one of the most important things we can learn. Especially for ourselves. Love yourself unconditionally. Because we all mess up. All of us, right? And it's easy to sometimes, it's easy to get frustrated with other people when they mess up. But we need to be patient with ourselves too. As we grow, as we learn, as we become better versions of ourselves. We've got forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. Yeah, and know that don't compare your person to the past person, right? Because they're a different person. They have different, their mindset's different. They're a different person, right? They operate differently. So don't expect it to turn out the way things have always turned out, right? Give it a chance. I feel like it's a main message coming off this reading. Listen with your heart. You are listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. I feel like this has a bit to do with letting your intuition guide you. And just really not being so quick to think that it's going to be a certain way, or it's going to be this way, or this is how it's going to end, or you're already thinking it has to be a certain way. If it's not this way, then you're just going to give up. Don't be so quick. Give it time. Actually put, your energy into it, your heart. Like the cards were saying, be patient with yourself and the other person and the relationship. The timing of everything. Turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. So like flip that perception, right? Instead of looking at what went wrong in the past, look at the things you really enjoyed and how you experienced love and all the different forms love takes and the way you're experiencing love if you have that person in your life right now and you have that connection. Allow yourself to experience it to the fullest. Hold on a second. Alright, sorry about that. But yeah, I really feel like overall Spirit's just give this relationship that you have, if you have one currently, everything you've got. Any other messages up here for highest good? Yep. Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. I was going to say too before I pulled these cards, if you don't have that special someone in your life, give yourself a lot of love. Be patient with yourself. Have faith in yourself. Be there for yourself. You give to yourself what you want somebody to give to you, right? It's amazing what happens when you do that. But yeah, loving words. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. Sometimes it's hard to accept the love that wants to come into our life, or if we have it, sometimes we don't want to, but we sometimes push it away because things that have happened in the past, afraid of being hurt, whatever comes up, right? But know that you're deserving of receiving somebody else's love. Love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Yeah, when you feel loved, whether it's from you or somebody else, right? It really does put you a lot of at peace. Calms you down. Makes you kind of just feel like everything's going to be okay, right? And it helps heal those wounds, the things that you've experienced that have been so hard. And it helps improve definitely your self-worth as well. Don't be so quick. If I'm telling you, if you're in a relationship and feel like you're kind of struggling with it in a sense, because a lot of it's your mindset, just let it be. Just be patient. Take some time to breathe, but don't sabotage it. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. Yeah, these messages resonate with you, and maybe your mind's telling you like, oh my god, this isn't going to work out, right? The programming is running wild, and it's like, it's remembering all these experiences that you had in the past that didn't work out. Before you let that take over and sabotage what you have now, pay attention to your intuition and what you're feeling, and have faith in the connection, especially if you feel it in your heart, like this is something worthwhile and something you should explore. And yeah, definitely give it all you've got. And if you feel like you can't give it all you've got right now, just kind of ease into it, right? Just little by little, start finding ways to open up and to really be more present, and to shut your mind off when you're with this person and really enjoy your time with them. And just because when your mind's out of the way, you really do experience love to the fullest. So yeah, those are your beautiful messages. Like I was saying, if you want to go to the description below, and if you buy the book, I will give you a personal spiritual reading. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the book Because I Want to Fly Free, which is about how she met her, it's based on her story, my friend's story, on how she met her twin flame, and the things she experienced in it. And you get that, and then I will give you a spiritual reading to go with it, your own personal spiritual reading, spiritual guidance, wherever spirit wants to come out, tell you. So yeah, thank you so much for being here with me, and have a beautiful rest of your day.